let go of the past, and manifest the reality you desire. It's time to expand your consciousness and create a new enlightened transformational you by raising your vibrational frequency. We will talk about ETs, light ships, the ascending human, our ascending planet, visitations, and first conscious contact upon our new fifth dimensional Earth. Welcome to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. It's time to activate a better you by embracing the white light of Source. Now your host and universal guide, Joanna L. Ross.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Joanna from Universal Unity and the Universal Light, Wisdom, and Healing Centers. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a beautiful fall day. I truly love fall. I love all aspects of fall, with the leaves changing the color and the changing of the temperatures and the seasons. And it's really it's been a beautiful week here with the beautiful sunny sky and a bit of snow. And it's just a gorgeous fall day. And we're working with the number 14, and 14 with a 10-month and a 10-year works out to a number. I think we're with a number 7, and just very spiritual, divine number 7. Powerful number to ignite some new, deepening, enriching sensations within all that you are, with these new thresholds that we're tapping ourselves within and stepping within. I know that so many of you, and thank you so much for your emails and your comments that I do get quite often from so many of you from throughout locations around the world that we've communicated with, and we've had live events and private sessions. And so I really enjoy getting your emails about what you're moving through. I really enjoy getting your emails and your updates on how you've been moving through your ascension process, how you've been moving through falling in love with all that you are as your God aspect, as your Christed self, awakening into these beautiful new thresholds of light, these beautiful new thresholds of multidimensional sacred play. And our topics today are going to dive a little bit more within that, but we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics we've talked about so many times on this show, and I wanted to bring it about today because I've had some incredible experiences this week I wanted to share with you. And this topic is, we mentioned on our Facebook page, it will be about the symbolism on the destined path. And symbolism we've talked about so many times, but we're going to thread it in a brand new way, a much more expansive way that allows you to truly awaken within that destined path that you're threading with you as your God self, as your Christed self, as your highest, most expansive self, into these new dynamics of what's unfolding. Because I truly feel, as I said last week, that we're truly on a wave of heightened potential that truly could bring about anything. Like, expect the unexpected, and that's how I really feel. And time is moving so very fast that many of us feel as if we're kind of chasing time, and we're going to shift our perspective and change that paradigm of thought. Because that's how I felt the last couple of months, actually, since getting back from Japan, really, and shifting into all these new paradigms of kids moving back to school, and creating the Light Wisdom Center here at our home, and new shifts and changes going on with every dynamic that we exist within, relationships, and our private relationships, our social relationships, our spiritual relationships. So much is shifting, and time is truly speeding up. What we know to be time, really, because we're entering into a new threshold of understanding, a new threshold of quantum behaving, and it truly transcends what we know to be time and space. And so, as I was telling Tina just before we went on, is that I feel as if these last couple of weeks, as things have really accelerated so very quickly with me, and I'm having to restructure and look at everything that I'm doing, and truly, how can I shift and alter things so that it's truly going to allow for the divine unfolding of me to move forward in the most fluidic way, and really tap into all the things I'm truly excited to tap into. And also create that time and that energy, that presence, if you will, to truly allow my children to be integrated more and more and more with what I'm doing and creating, which is my passion, is to integrate the children more and more and more, so that we become this beautiful integrated soul family of ascending human beings, in which the children are ascending with us, and they're being integrated in more and more and more what we do. They're being integrated into the tonal healing. They're being integrated into symbolism, excitements and teachings, and them offer their own perspective on symbolisms. My daughter and I have beautiful conversations, and my son as well, about symbolisms that they connect with and entangle with in their dreams. And they're quite profound in how they can thread their own meaning and understanding on what's moving in their everyday life and what those symbolisms mean to them. and how they can begin to understand their everyday life and what emotions and mental, because remember that multidimensional body that we exist within, it threads and it weaves its way into the dream perspective and the dreamscape, if you will, so that we can identify and we can shift and move and we can understand more of what's going on and move into that new heightened space of self-discovery and self-knowing through our dreams. And that's why symbolisms come to us through our dreams and in our dreams. And they play out in our everyday reality so that we can continue this evolutionary path. And we can continue this beautiful evolutionary threading into knowing more of who we are as God aspect, engaging more of who we are as God aspect, entangling more of who we are, and really enjoying it and embracing it. And so to create a new perspective of what we know time and space to be and let go of it and stop the chase and really soak within, allowing yourself to truly fall in love with moment for moment for moment now space, now presence, if you will, and allow yourself to really enjoy the story and the video, the videography that's playing before you within symbolism. And how it is truly your destined path, moment for moment for moment. Symbolism is the destined path unfolding. And so it's really an exciting topic. So I'd like to welcome all of you to this beautiful week of our energy vibration of number 7. In the middle of October, a beautiful number 10 month, allowing you to see yourself within God in all things, and allowing yourself to take this beautiful ride with us as we entangle and engage upon this beautiful energetic vibrational healing of the Christed version of all that we are, offering our Christed vibrational healings through all that we are to you, to all those who so desire to dance this beautiful dance with us. And so thank you. And before we get going on that beautiful symbolic topic for today, I'd like to offer a few reminders of these beautiful classes that we have. We created our very first Sacred Circle Prayer global gathering last Sunday. And it was very beautiful. We had people from different places of the world, and we beautifully gathered in synchronistic timing, if you will, that beautiful moment for moment desire to just be still and present and create beautiful light entanglements and light quantum magic and majesty through us to gather in that way. And so it was very beautiful, and it was very symbolic for that very first initial sacred creation. So I thank those that were present with us that day. And we're going to be creating a continual momentum of the Sacred Prayer Gathering. And it's a global free event. And you can go to our universalunity.ca events webpage. It's on our website, and Tina's got the links up. And it's on our Sacred Temple Teachings link icon. And we've also got our monthly Sacred Temple Teachings class that is also on today. It's a once-a-month class. And today will be the first class that we're truly going to introduce what we launched in Japan as far as understanding fully the Divine Inner Temple, of what we know to be about the 4 lower bodies that we're all balancing. We're all bringing into homeostasis, into higher vibratory threadings of our reality, which each and every one of us are. The balancing is a constant state of ebb and flow, because our vibrational patterns within Gaia, our vibrational patterns within who we are, within all that is in a constant state of ebb and flow and flux and change. And so we're constantly in that awareness and that consciousness awareness to be aware moment for moment for moment where your physical, your mental, your emotional, your etheric body sit within that centered state of presence and peace and stillness within the God and Christed presence of all that you are. But also we're going to really go within and create the grander understanding for that Christed presence, fully understanding what it means to be that Christed presence moment for moment, and how to activate and initiate it through breath, through the various energetic mechanisms that we carry, and allow your life to truly create that beautiful divine unfolding in this now moment as you harmonize with the embodiment of your vastness, the embodiment of your God self, which is what in all the things that I've learned throughout my ascension years, and all the things that I've allowed myself to release and heal, what I'm finding more prevalent, and what I'm finding more consciously, the symbolic cues that keep resonating with me, is the idea and the concept of harmonization and embodiment. And that truly is the path of the ascending human, is to create that that state of being, to be harmonized in joy, to be harmonized in your God essence, to be harmonized whatever it is that gifts you that blessing in that moment, whether it be watching your children laugh and you desiring to laugh with them and have that entanglement quantum play, or to harmonize with the joy of watching your children create their sacred joy, in whatever that may be, whether it be art or painting or sports or their acumen, whatever it may be. But we all, as parents and as adults and as humans, can seek the joy in all other aspects of life because it's us being mirrored to ourselves, but to truly harmonize with it, to harmonize with and seek the God in all things, to harmonize with the God and the Christed essence in all beings, in all moments, for it's truly us coming to life in that quantum reflection, that quantum ebb and flow, that quantum cycle of our expansiveness, that quantum cycle of all that we are, shifting and changing and shifting and moving to see ourselves in new light through the eyes and the souls of our children, through the eyes and hearts of our loved ones, through the eyes and hearts of our the beings that we've contracted with in our social environments and our social economic systems that we dance with every day. And to truly take that in and harmonize to a new level in which all moments become symbolic, in which all moments become symbolically healing. And we're going to thread our topic in that way because we've never really looked at symbolism in the modality that it heals within. And that's where we're going to thread it. We're going to go wide and far with this because it's how I felt this week with the many symbolisms that have come through me that I have manifested and created for myself so that I can create that stillness and that presence and truly allow those symbolisms to be harmonized within my breath, to be harmonized within my transitioning, to be harmonized within my own healing, within my own excitements and my desires, because you can look at symbolisms in an infinite number of ways. And that's just what's so beautiful about symbolism. Symbolism is the quantum dynamic communication at all levels between you and God. All of creation that you exist within. The symbolic quantum, vibrational, divine and loving dance that we all play, that we all exist within, that we all flow and move and dance within. And symbolism exists within every moment. Make no mistake about that. And your conscious awareness, your ability to create that harmonization with you, through divine and sacred breath, allowing you to accept and acknowledge and move and swim and dance with all aspects of you in creation, so that you may allow your hearts to be open so wide, and every sensory system that you have, every skill, every talent, every gift, is ignited as you flow within this dance of symbolism. Because every sense will come alive. It just will. Because you're harmonizing with all aspects of you, not merely only the aspect that we see within the mirror every day, this beautiful divine physical temple, the multidimensional temple of all that we are. For it can be seen and felt and touched and known and heard and sensed in so many ways, in so many levels, so many vibratory threads. And what Joanna has found out this week, dear lighted ones, in the way that symbolism speaks, through those fleeting moments with nature, through those fleeting moments with your children, the most divine teachers showing you the love of all that you are, to just stop and play, to show yourself sacred play once again and be still and present within it. Those fleeting moments of conversation in which you're just walking by people on the street and a word jumps out at you and sinks within the bottom of your belly and sticks with you for the entire day. And then it ruminates within your sleep and your dreams and your moments of thought and musings, creativity, until you reflect within on how this may create that quantum healing that you require, and why this word keeps resonating and spiraling within you. For these are the soul threadings to the grander aspects of you coming to life to show you there's something here, dear lighted one, there's something here. And can you be still in this moment to soak within our vibration and the story that we are showing you? And are you willing to dance in this way, dear lighted ones? The healing benefits, the healing modalities that symbolism plays in its quantum and multidimensional array that it can. It's infinite and it's eternal, and it's the quantum language of God, of the heavens. Sending the blissful tones through your ears, through your multidimensional hearing and sight that move within your multidimensional field that you cannot see. But you know exist. For you're coming to life in a beautiful multidimensional way that has never been experienced before in human form. And symbolisms are within all moments that you open up and harmonize with your God self and your Christed self, the all that you are, your isness, and allow the beautiful quantum song to live through you. As we have talked about so many times, this beautiful harmonization of consciousness language, symbols and notes moving through your vessel, symbols and notes moving through your multidimensional fields. And why in any given moment, dear lighted ones, the symptomologies of ascension can be felt. For it is the physical field, the mental field, the emotional field, the etheric field that is all being played within, as if a beautiful instrument gifted from the divine God, to move within the new notes, to move within the vibrational threads of where we are being shifted into. Can you feel it, dear golden ones of such divine music? And string for string, note for note. You are the instrument and you are the music, and you are the language that it plays through. You are the orchestrator and the creator and the manifestor of what those symbolisms mean, how you perceive what you are threaded within, what is threaded within you, creating that new quantum you in any given moment. Remember those three paramount particles. Who are we? What do we exist within? And what exists within us? Moment for moment, you can quantumly create a new you as you thread the new symbolisms, the new healings that the symbolisms offer you, and expand within it. For it is expanding within you. It is the music moving through you, this quantum creative communication, a wave of omnipresence. And it will be felt. And as you allow yourself to soak within the beautiful essence of Gaia and all of her blessings and offerings, this beautiful body of a planet in all of its vibratory threads and offerings, that language is played through in a myriad of ways and offered in an infinite number of ways to each and every one of us, so that these healings and symbolisms spark the very God particle of a gift and a talent and a skill that allows you to come to life in a new quantum way. And you then rediscover yourself anew. You rediscover what exists within anew, and all that you are flowing within becomes anew. Do you see this cycle, dear lighted ones? This quantum web that we weave, this beautiful symbolic language of sounds, harmonies, desires, thought forms of intention, of will and pure intent. These are the vibratory healings, dear lighted ones, of the divine and heavenly councils that come to entangle and dance every week. and celestial families that meet within the etheric chambers, your celestial teams and your spirit guides, dear lighted ones, for we know who is here. This now moment threading anew, allowing your hearts to awaken in new ways, allowing yourself to be perceived as something new every moment, a grander particle of your God self, embodying a new aspect of you to bring it in, create that loving wholeness and that unity and harmony within it. And all aspects of your human family are symbolic too. You are they not? Those moments in which you feel separated, those moments in which you feel alone, those moments in which you have felt angry and solemn. For your human family, how brave and bold they are to come forward and shine this for you. As you do them, the symbolic language that we play for one another, dear lighted ones, never ends. These healing vibrations are sent to each and every one of you who so desire to open up the divine sacred heart and swim within this cosmic ocean of love. To know that every moment that these symbolisms touch you and move through you, you will find yourself within a new harmonization of love. When you see the value, you see the requirement, when you see the depth and the richness that these symbols have within you. For it allows you, dear lighted ones, to see truly how vastly you are threaded in all frequencies and all ways of manifestation. Are you not? And the beautiful quantum physical you that sits in the chair, going about your day, doing what you do. Have you gifted yourself the moment of profundity in your partnership with Mother, Father, God, that stillness in which all of creation is centered within you, that moment of stillness and peace? And as your eyes move across the canvas of your reality, the infinite numbers of symbolisms that you have manifested and created for yourself to soak within and to see and heal and taste and touch and hear. Your multidimensional Christed self coming to life in new ways. Or do you see the bird circling the sky, allowing you to notice the beautiful clouds, the pink and blue hues in the sky, and the shapes so pillowy and soft, so elegantly moving with the gentle wind, spiraling potential in the vast sky above, as your feet move and shift across Gaia's floor below, the quantum language of God moving through you in every way. As you hear the quantum song of the birds and the leaves rustling to the ground to create their new song with the soils in their new cycle of rebirth into the soil. Are you allowing yourself to awaken, dear lighted ones, to the majesty of the symbolism on the destined path of reunification with all that is? And how every moment is so very healing to the depths of your whole soul, if you desire it to be as vast and as wide and as whole as you are. Captured particle for particle, realm through realm, dimension through dimension, moment for moment, now for now. So that you may fall in love all over again with the beauty of this ride. Dear ascending human, dear alive and awake human in your symbolisms of loving now, And what a beautiful song it is. And we've never really thought of symbolisms to be as healing and as beautiful as they are. And we hope that these last few moments of energetic quantum channeling and allowing the divine heavenly councils and your celestial teams and higher selves to move through us in this moment, so that you may be gifted with the beautiful and loving song that I feel in moments where I allow myself to still and be present in the moment of the magical symbolism that God offers in all things. And it happened, one of my beautiful experiences happened last night as we were out looking at a beautiful property to create more Gaia healings and healings with my children. And we want to create a property that we can entangle and dance within and upon and with. And as we were moving from the house up to the back area and the backyard and the beautiful garden and the various tiers that this property had and offered, I felt an immediate excitement. And I was just moving with it. I opened my heart and I was just moving with it, seeing my daughter and all of her excitement move ahead of me and just be happy to be on the ground and to be upon Gaia and with her as we explored this land. And moving towards and the second tier of this property, my daughter had walked through a section of trees that had been perfectly placed, divinely placed in our path. And not knowing it, obviously, because that's how symbolism always works, the beautiful synchronicity of creation, the synchronicity of God and Gaia, all working hand in hand, the beautiful wheel of creation within the wheel of creation within the wheel of creation, from the prime source creator to that beautiful moment of us walking through those trees. It was a moment of epiphany in which I thought, wow, these trees standing so beautifully, standing so firmly in their roots in the soil, in the frozen ground that we walked upon. And how these trees, immediately I felt the energy of the trees embracing the excitement of my daughter and that childlike play and innocence to explore and be curious upon the land. And my son shortly thereafter following behind me as I entered through this beautiful symbolic arch of the trees, this gateway, this portal, this beautiful door. And my son dancing behind me as he always does, very rarely moving at a slow pace, always at a quickened dance, as he stomps about the frozen ground with grand excitement, these new explorations. And I felt the immediate excitement of Gaia and the lands and the grass and the beautiful crystalline images that the frozen dew had allowed us to hear and soak within. And I felt the elementals and the energies come to life. And it was as if the ground had not been celebrated in a while. And the trees were saying, you're entering into a space, are you ready? In that moment, I just came to life in a different way. I was healed. The symbolic doorway that my daughter had led me through, without knowing, not preconceived, not planned, just divinely playing like children in the sacred way that we do when we let go and allow and surrender. And it was like these two beautiful trees I had known in other frequencies and other realms. And we've often taught about the incredible, profound meanings that symbolisms guide and gift us with information and insights and guidance from the higher aspects of all that we are. But I had never allowed myself to swim within the healing profundity of what symbolism offers. And it's offered in all things, in all moments. And these trees offered it to me in that moment. And how in the 6 or some odd days previous, I had not played amongst the trees. And it reminded me, we're here to play anytime. To come and walk through this beautiful portal of light that we're celebrating with you as you celebrate the excitement of your daughter, the playfulness of your son. And our ground will dance with you. And the crystalline snowdrops will crunch and sing. And it's that innate, natural, organic song. So very healing. Touches every fiber and cell of your God sense. And I was immediately awoken to the healing properties of Gaia, to the healing offerings, so natural, so blessed. It's just so natural, the offering of love. The symbolisms that it poses to us for us to create what we so desire. And what that perfectly aligned two trees had represented for each one of us. Something different, something magical. And it wasn't I that had pointed it out. It was my daughter. As she jumped and bounced through that beautiful gateway of trees, she turned to me and said, "Mommy," as she looked back, "This is a doorway of trees, Mommy, look. Enter the doorway, enter the doorway." So magically healed in that moment by her entanglement, Gaia's entanglement, my son's entanglement with Gaia's entanglement, God's entanglement, the elementals, and on and on and on. This song goes. Those fleeting moments, dear lighted ones, symbolic messages from the heavens, allowing you to open up your divine sacred heart and just begin to play like the children of God that we are. Listen for the sounds of nature. Listen for the sounds of Gaia. For there is always a resonant and divine song that plays throughout creation just for you. And we offer it in every word that we speak for you. And we pause to take in the humility and the reverence of such profound lessons of love. And how symbolic nature is to us in every moment. And that was one beautiful and profound symbolism that allowed me to remember other lifetimes and other star systems and other planets, including this planet, beautiful Gaia, in which life was so playful and simple among the trees and the forests. And how there was grand and profound communication and the elegant song that we played with one another between humanity and nature. How we had forgotten it for some time, but we're now remembering, coming to life in new ways as each one of us awakens to our God speak, to our Gaia speak, to our elemental speak. And the heavenly language lives through us to heal us and harmonize us with a new entrance of us as you walk through those portals and those gates, and the symbolisms that play out for you in your everyday life and in your dreams and your meditations, and doorways and windows and envelopes and invitations, and how they're so profoundly symbolic of what the grander creational shift is offering to humanity. And in my symbolisms, I've come across many doorways and windows and fleeting moments of images and visions that I'm gifted. I'm gifting myself. And I'm creating that quantum interplay with all of creation and all of the energies and spirits and teams and councils and divine heavenly frequencies that I'm threaded within and that are threaded within me and all that is. And how these doorways and these portals and these windows will allow you to go within and create that self-discovery and that healing moment, so that it may allow you to just smoothly and fluidically and quite innately and naturally move upon your destined path. Just opens up for you. Not something you have to look for or seek or search for. The only seeking that is ever done, dear lighted ones, is within. That's it. Whether it be the beautiful Gaia space that you are seeking is within. Whatever it be, that beautiful divine complement, love that you enrapture yourself within and entangle and thread and dance. That seeking is done within. Whether it's a new career or vocation that you desire to dance within, the seeking of it, the manifestation of it is done within. And the symbolisms will guide you every step of the way. They will heal you when that healing is needed and required, to allow you an opening of that quantum heart, that quantum God particle heart with Mother Father with you at all moments. Mother Father with you in that moment you walk through the trees and say, this is a moment she'll remember. She's threaded similar moments like this on Sirius in the Pleiades. Many Earth lifetimes playing within the trees and the forests and the energies that love her so. And Mother, Father, God join in that moment of magnificence. And that catalyst is born and you're reignited anew. And within that fleeting moment, I remembered other lifetimes and other star systems. Just a flash. Oftentimes, that's how the visions come, and they're just so fast and so fleeting. But the entire story is downloaded and understood in the very center of my being. That's why it's a healing. That knowingness, that remembrance, that quantum ignition when we play. That is the joy. That is the dance and the sacred play that the divine heavenly councils have been reminding us for so very long. That it's not a matter of culminating any more outside material or information or wisdoms. Simply being curious and playful upon Gaia is so divinely profound and powerful to ignite you into a new vibratory reality. And those doorways and windows and auspicious opportunities unfold through you. And it's that unconditional trust that you as a creator, in partnership and threading and golden thread of quantum invitation and in inviting Mother Father with you, inviting creation with you, inviting the elementals, inviting the fairies and the beautiful elves, and all of the consciousness that exists in any one moment, in any one experience, whether it be in meditation or in a forest or having special time with a friend or a child. In any one experience, you are threaded with an infinite number, particle consciousness, awaiting you to be ignited through it. Your invitation, your open heart, your divine love and self-embrace and self-honor to say, I'm ready to awaken in this moment. I invite it in. Mother, Father, God, I invite this moment, this magical moment that I may create. Will you come forth and live through me? For I desire this quantum entanglement. It's so very beautiful, and I know this healing will hit me, and it will allow me to create the expansiveness that I may know and feel myself in new ways. And I may share, shine my light forth for those who so desire to dance this elegant dance. And every moment we're offered for us to perceive and to create and invite these symbolisms to live through us in the most profound way. And these new thresholds that we exist within, dear lighted ones. And so many of you are feeling it. And I love the emails that you send me about your unfolding and how expansive you are feeling and how playful you are feeling in the new expanded version of all that you are. And how you can sense and feel and know things, and how you are tuning yourself to the vibratory fields that you play within and the symbolisms that are moving through you. In quantum in every way, threaded in every thread, every breath, every moment, whether it be nature, a sound, your fellow human, allowing you to prepare yourself for the next new now. In the grounded skin and bones and spirit that you sit within, that sits within you. In this beautiful cycle and flow and ebb. Symbolisms change and they expand and they become more elegant. It's the only word that we can define. To serve the elegance, to serve its movement in elegance. For all of creation, if you so desire it to be, is a quantum reflection of you. You're creating it moment for moment for moment from your thoughts, perceptions, your beliefs. And as we expand in love of all that we are, we begin to manifest more consciously out of matter and spirit and intention and pure thought. And we create the energy portals and we create energy love. And we begin to direct soft and conscious thought through our divine loving heart with Mother, Father. And we begin to manifest through thought. And how in all these things are preparing us moment for moment for moment for the expandedness of all that we are as a Christed being of light. Now awakening to a grander communication flow, a communication webbing of all that we are. And we come to life to enjoy it a little bit more and embrace and create sacred play within all that we are and excite a new aspect of us to come forward and play and let go of the unknown and let go of the expectation of how any one thing should look or turn out. And this quantum language prepares you to see your expansiveness. This quantum blessing and this song, harmonic song that is infinite and is experienced through every dimensional and vibratory thread that you exist upon in any moment. And just as if I moved through those trees, I was immediately shown the grander version of all that I was in similar joyful experiences with trees on other planets and other realms. For you see, dear lighted ones, and we have said it before, when you open to the all of that you are, and you allow and you surrender and you just play, and you just begin, and you just dance, and you just sing, those quantum particles of God particles in all things, playing, entangling, talking, communicating, symbolizing, communicate with one another. And like a ripple effect, and the ripples in the pond, that joy ripples out to the all that you exist upon. And you can see it and feel it and sense it and know it and sense your vastness in that very one fleeting moment. And you can be brought to a whole new level of you. And it will heal those quantum particles within you that felt less than or alone or small. Perhaps the forest didn't remember you. You haven't been there in so long. It's been a while since you danced around the trees. Do you think they'll forget? The elementals and the fairies used to show you sparks of light and whistle in your ear and hum the song of God as you danced in joy. And it will heal those moments if you so desire it to. And why we bring forth these quantum conversations and these quantum ways to entangle with symbolism. Because symbolism is far more than we can perceive in any one moment. In any one moment, it's always perfect. And so in the second hour of our show, dear lighted ones, feel free to call in or create text or questions about symbolisms and how you're moving about the quantum communication and this ebb and flow that we are all existing within, and how you feel so very different, and how the symbolisms can be so very healing in the birds that you see, in the fleeting conversations that may seem or appear fleeting but are so profound and stick with you for days or weeks or months. And just meeting a person once can change your life. And it will be remembered within the cells and the quantum particles of all that you are as God. And in that moment of joy and happiness and letting go and surrender, those quantum particles in all of the realms are threading back to you to say, hey, I'm awake, I'm alive. Let's dance. How may I assist you as you assist me in this joy For I feel your joy. I feel the way you dance upon your beautiful planet and how she dances with you. And this quantum ripple of joy out to the highest dimensions that we exist upon. And I felt myself within dimensional star systems of Sirius and Pleiades, playing with trees. And I felt the knowingness of those soul threads thread through the very center of all that I am with Mother, Father, God. And I just knew Sirius and the Pleiades came immediately to me as I walked through those trees, awakening me to the times that I danced upon Gaia in peaceful and harmonic times, just being joy and at a stillness with simplicity of what we're offered in every moment. And bring forward the symbolisms that you're seeing change and shift and deepen and become more rich and alive because you are. Remember, the symbolisms that you allow yourself to notice, that you allow yourself to awaken to, and to create that beautiful story with and song with, is because you're allowing your expansiveness to be that way. In all that you see, in all that you experience and hear and touch and taste and feel, you are the creator of it. It's a co-creation of you with God in all ways. So these deep and rich symbolic moments are had within all things as you deepen the symbolic meaning within you in all things. Does that make sense, dear lighted ones? And how we can allow this to be harmonized, creating that oneness, that essence of, as we do with breath, harmonizing with breath, harmonizing with God, harmonizing with light language and all that is in breath, can create symbolic harmonization with every fellow human. And we can seek the love of that fellow human, for we desire to seek that love within ourselves and what that symbol is showing us and how we may create that deeper reflection so that we may forgive ourselves and love ourselves. So that that next reflection in this next now moment shows you that wider, deeper, richer version of you in your fellow human. Do you see where we're threading this, dear lighted ones? The light fields that you weave are profound and infinite and eternal. And I'll move before we go to break. And please feel free to jot down some of your beautiful inspirations with multidimensional symbolism and how it's awakening in your dreams. Because so many of us are awakening to profound dreams where they're very lucid and you're talking yourself through your dreams, but it's a really heightened reality, if you will, of this now moment, this now physical moment, but in a dream state, a lucid state. And you're creating these symbolisms that thread to you in your awake state of your day. And you can see these symbolisms creating this weaving of your dream state, of your higher consciousness state through meditations or visions, whatever it is you're experiencing, and thread with you in your daily reality. And that's what symbolism is so profound. And I don't know, perhaps I'm so excited. I might write my next book about, quantum dance and symbolism, which I wrote in my third book, but we might go a little bit deeper and wider now that I've connected with the healing properties and the healing potentialities of symbolism. And this other symbolism I had, and I have many symbolisms with birds because I have my Pleiadian bird family. And I have many, many symbolisms that are shown, that I show myself in my visions and in my meditations. And birds are very healing and nature animals and totems. They're very symbolically healing because we carry through nature the essence of creation, matter and spirit, through nature, through the beautiful gift of all elementals and the creator gods. And that's why those nature elements, the wildlife elements, are so very profound in their healing potentials, in their healing quantum communications and songs with us. And I've had a beautiful symbolism with birds this week, and birds awakening to a new way for me to heal within various chakras, energetic systems within me, so that I may create those energetic systems without, as within, so without. And so symbolisms truly can be taken to a whole new quantum level, a whole new emotional, mental, etheric, and physical level of healing. And they're threaded with us in all moments. Songs, sounds, tones, conversations with friends that you may think have nothing to do with your spiritual path or your destined path. But and yet there's 3 or 4 words that stick out in that conversation, that quantum entanglement with you and your loving friend, that just stay with you for that week and allow you to ignite a new healing, a new depth of who you are in your multidimensional Christed self. For that Christed essence that's awakening, dear lighted ones, is the essence that's creating these symbolisms. Do you see what we're saying? As you awaken to your fullness and your Christed essence, that light body Christed essence, threading itself in all things in all ways, immediately right now, creating those new, beautiful, quantum, vast, eternal symbolisms for you to see, for you to go within and love and heal, create that self-love and that depth. So truly, this is one of my favorite topics, and you can see why, because it's so elegant, it's so beautiful, and it's threaded with God in all ways, as are you, because it is you. Every symbolism is you. That beautiful invocation of God is you. That symbolism of God is you. Nature, elegance, song, dance, it's you. And so how very divine. So thank you for allowing us to thread these beautiful concepts with you in this beautiful fall day, as nature speaks to us in all ways, as the cycles and the seasons change, as so do we, rebirthing into a new divine human dance, a new divine human, beautiful, elegant quantum dance. And join us after the break so that we can allow some of your symbolic threadings to come through, and you create for yourself a beautiful quantum healing of your Christed essence, of your expanding multidimensional essence, and how symbolisms are coming to you through your meditations or your dreams or your fleeting moments that you're walking throughout your daily moment for moment life, and you're noticing things more than you were a moment ago. And so let's dance and let's create some quantum interplay after the break as we go farther and deeper and wider about the beautiful elegance of symbolism and how it can be so very healing and attune you to a higher, deeper, wider level of you. So thank you, dear lighted ones. Stay tuned.
You've been listening to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness with Joanna L. Ross. Live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. To explore, empower, understand, inspire, and further connect with this higher state of consciousness, please visit universalunity.ca. For more information on the host, Joanna L. Ross, please visit her KCOR Digital Radio Network show page, Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. You're listening to the all-new KCOR, The Core, broadcasting from Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment capital of the world. Hell yeah, in a little place called Area 51. Let go of the past and manifest the reality you desire. It's time to expand your consciousness and create a new enlightened transformational you by raising your vibrational frequency. We will talk about ETs, light ships, the ascending human, our ascending planet, visitations, and first conscious contact upon our new fifth dimensional Earth. Welcome to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. It's time to activate a better you by embracing the white light of Source. Now your host and universal guide, Joanna L. Ross.
Welcome back. And again, dear lighted ones, all of our beautiful Sacred Soul Tribe, all of the beautiful listeners, send in, whether it be through text or whether it be through the call line that Tina has at KCOR. And I don't have the number in front of me, so Tina will probably put it up in the chat room there. Bring forward these beautiful and exciting symbolisms. This has always been a beautiful topic of conversation. And the phone number is 702-425-9230. Because I always tend to do so much talking that I rarely take questions. And so you can tell that I'm so busy during the week with my kids that any moment I could talk just for a couple hours straight, I'm on it. So the number again is 702-425-9230 or Skype KCOR Radio. And let's entangle and let's dance about the symbolisms that you've been noticing and how they've changed. I've really noticed the symbolisms in my personal pathwork and my entanglement with creation. I'm always on the path and creating that sacred pathwork within myself with God. And the symbolisms that come to me most often are in nature totems and beautiful animal totems and beautiful nature elements coming to me. And last night was just so utterly beautiful and elegant and profound that it reminded me of immediately that quantum ignition, like we've talked about so many times, and that those quantum God particles. It goes beyond sight and sound, but you just know something has shifted and something is different. And why being with Gaia and dancing with Gaia and creating sacred play and innocence and really just allowing those beautiful moments of synchronicity. And that's how the future ascending human and our planet will be. The life and the ascension symptoms we're all experiencing is to open our sensory perceptions, our ability to communicate in a wider, multidimensional way, so that we can create such profound and dynamic and elegant crystalline synchronicity. This is why we're moving through what we're moving through. And symbolisms and our intuitive sensing of symbolisms will be one of our first cues. This is so ironic, isn't it? Symbolism will be our first cue as to how we're synchronistically moving into higher and more wider multidimensional playing fields. And how lovely and profound is that? The synchronicities and the symbolisms, and they're truly, truly allow yourself to walk about and move about your life in a beautiful fluidic dance with God, and allow for that invitation. And I've really noticed a difference in my energy when I invite God in, when I invite the essence and the harmonization of God within my moment for moment breath, because that's when you're consciously creating. That's mastery. Refining your choice, open with breath, center and calm. Invite God in that moment and say, how may I create? And that synchronicity shows up. That symbolism shows up for you to dance with, because it's you. And as you widen within your Christed essence, as you widen within the majesty of all that you are, so too will be those quantum symbolic moments. And I'll tell you this right now, because I've been sensing it so very profound in my travels, in my sacred land travels, that for those that are truly excited about sensing their multidimensional vastness with God, allow yourself to play within Gaia in every way. The nature that she offers will allow you to feel alive in every way. And just if you're feeling excited to go for a walk and play, and you just open and invite the essence of all that you are to perceive these symbolisms. And it's all around you in every moment. It's just that most often than not, we're turned off and we're tuned out. And that's the beautiful symbolisms of my cat. And so thank you. We've got a question here that's coming in for symbolism. So thank you. Tracy, can you explain why I've been seeing 1111 and 333 and 444 and all such, they're all coming to you lately? And there's many reasons that people manifest number symbolisms. And number symbolisms are different in every moment. So in every moment that you get a number symbolism, it's different. However, they're threading the awakening that you are a divine creator and that it's you at the higher frequencies of all that you are. We say higher and wider. We just mean more vast. It's not a quantitative or one is better than the other. It's just the way we use our words and our definitions. So people that listen to these shows understand that we use different ways to use words, so that we get out of the habit of judgment and putting things in any one box. But it's you at your more vast potential, your vast Christed potential to say, there's vibrations in all things, dear lighted one. And how may you create this elegant moment to go within and create that knowingness and that healing and that multidimensional perspective of what you need in any given moment. In any given moment, you may perceive that you need that 1111. And that 1111 for me symbolically means so many different things. And why we always say, create that sacred pathwork for yourself and do journaling, or do that automatic voice recording or automatic writing, so that you can get used to how you thread your symbolisms in the all that will awaken the all of you in your process of doing it. of your process of knowing you and rediscovering you and getting used to you in your grander way. And so I'm a journaler. I love journaling. I'm an automatic writer. This is how I channel. It's how I communicate with spirit. And that's how I've always communicated with spirit in this one lifetime. And I've had other lifetimes doing automatic writing, but it's just my most fluid way that I communicate with God and myself and higher in my most expansive version of me, my Christed version. And any given moment, vibrations and numbers mean different things to me based on the healing I've moved through and the releases I've done physically, mentally, emotionally, and etherically. And so in those moments that you're feeling and you're sensing and you're creating for yourself the number 333 or 444 or 111, go within immediately and still and center and invite God in and your higher divine sacred higher mind in and say, creation, I invite you in. What's the meaning and the healing within this moment now? And immediately you'll start to feel and sense your way within the vastness of the all in that very moment. It might be for a healing. It might be the beautiful 11s that are showing me is that beautiful portal of the trees that you're walking through, those doorways, those infinite creation doorways that the heavens offer you that say there's a portal of time, space here that you know time and space to be. In that your thoughts are captured throughout all of creation, and it's allowing you that synchronization of that moment. Where is your vibration sitting? And do you choose to align it in a more exciting and creative and dynamic and loving way with you? And so allowing yourself to be one with you in that moment and harmonize with you in that moment and God and say, oh, I just really get excited about trees and I'm going to thread myself in a other vibration over here on this light field because it's really exciting. I want to dance in this way. Allowing yourself to capture your thoughts, your words, your deeds, your vibrations in that moment on any time you see a symbolism. Because that symbolism is directly linked to all that you are in that moment. How you feel, what your emotions are, what your mental frequency is, what your thoughts are, your thought patterns. Remember, you're a multidimensional divine being of light, and you're creating those symbolisms for yourself to give you a healing in perhaps a physical aspect of your body or your chakra mechanisms. To allow you to remember that you're threaded with all that divine is, which is the numbers of 3, the spirituality between the physical mind and the spirit and the God aspect of all that you are with Gaia, the Trinity, the sacred Trinity of all that you are as a physical being here in a beautiful spiritual, etheric frequency of play. And how the 3s tripled even magnify the essence of what 3 means in any given moment and how they can be quite auspicious in your spiritual engagement and your spiritual entanglement, dear lighted one. And the 444s are allowing you to see the balance of all things on east, west, north, south, as well as the elements of all that we are in fire, water. And you can take it from any myriad of perspectives that you so desire. But in that one moment that you perceive it, there's something going on within you in that vastness of all that you are. Oftentimes it might be to recognize the dance that you play within and you master and you create within. It might be allowing you to say, well, there's more balance that's required here. And are you looking at things from only one perspective? Or remember, too, we're balancing the male and female threadings that we all carry within us. And some number vibrations are female vibratory and some are male vibratory. And so these vibrations are showing you in any one moment, if you so desire, to create that self-discovery within you. To say, well, what was I feeling in that moment? And why did I see what I see? Maybe perhaps just to slow down, take a look at the brilliance and the elegance of numbers and synchronicity that you've just manifested. Threading your awareness and your consciousness to the all of you. All symbolism does that innately, does it not? And what you allow yourself to go deeper within that given moment is the healing. Allowing you to sense and feel that self-appreciation and that self-excitement and that curiosity and innocent childlike play that is required on all mastery paths. For innocence and childlike play is how we ignite quantumly. Sacred play. And so you may create with you and your higher self, your divine sacred mind and your celestial teams and Mother, Father, God and the divine heavens. And you may say, I'm really going to dance with this. I'm going to have fun with this. I know I'm a creator. I can do this. Over the next 24 hours, dear creation, I want to play with you in a beautiful symbolic way. I want to dance with this beautiful master creator that I am. Anytime I see a number 7 or a 1, allow the higher aspect of all that me is to come out and play, and let's dance. Show me the vibration of number 7 of all that I am. Thought, word, and deed. Mental, emotional, physical, etheric, my higher astral bodies. Let's do this. Let's play. Cosmic, celestial, quantum, creation, heavenly, angelic, physical, and everything in between. Allow me to dance with the number 7. Allow me to dance with the number 1. Allow me to go within and create a new healing in this moment of now so that I may understand myself at a deeper, wider way. Dance in a new way. You may create new threadings of symbology. You may. Why not? For those symbolisms offer the energetic communication in that moment. However, know this, dear lighted ones, and this is why God loves us so very much. This is why creation is so very dynamic and beautiful, and why we get so excited when you awaken to its elegance and its awe. You have the potentiality to create your own meaning. You have the potentiality in every moment for moment, every breath. To center and ground and thread your way with Gaia to her very crystalline heartbeat and create the most profound, auspicious, creative, divine, loving, magnetic meaning that you so desire. So that therefore you then jump off of a higher vibratory thread of creation. And this is why we say, dear lighted ones, every moment that you dance in this beautiful creative dance, you're creating these light fields. You create the meanings. You create how it will heal you. For remember, all of creation is offered to the all, in all moments, in all ways, unique to each and every one. And this is how incredibly quantum and holographic and dynamic it is. And we can't stop saying that because it just keeps us in awe. In every moment, it shifts and changes. And for every person, every being, every aspect of life in creation means something different, something unique. And it shifts and changes based on the perspective that they are living it through, that they are aware of, that they are excited to dance within. And how this incredible wheel of creation within the wheel of creation within the wheel of creation shifts and changes into a new dance every breath. And so feel free to play with your symbolisms. Feel free to play and heal within the symbologies that you are offering yourself, that you are entangling with God within. This quantum, beautiful, elegant dance. And we invite you to go within the vibrations. This is coming for your specific team, dear lighted one, that asked the question. For many of you too, or that are out there that enjoy the vibrations of numbers, go within as Joanna has offered you and create the symbolisms and the dance that you might get excited within the vibrations of numbers. And have yourself attuned to the vibration of that number and the feelings and the emotions and the joy and the happiness that it threads when you notice them throughout your day. Pick any number. For numbers, as Gaia, as the elemental frequencies and particles, is a language. You're saying what we're offering you here, dear lighted ones. There's communication from God in all things. And how may you invite it in? How may you decide to play and choose to play at the refined frequencies that you do, the refined God aspect that you are, to open up your divine sacred heart and invite creation in to live through you and watch the magic unfold right before your very eyes or ears or senses. Because your multidimensional bodies and your sensing will awaken so profoundly that we will have a conversation similar to this in another now moment, another vibratory thread, if you will. And we will create new stories of profundity, new stories of experience that we will share with one another and quantumly engage and quantumly show and thread. And the symbolisms become grand and vast and full of life, and they begin a dance of its own until the next time we meet and gather and speak once again about the majesty of symbolism and God. And you see the ebb and flow of this cycle, dear lighted ones, and how we create a new quantum reality with this very conversation. Does that not excite you? Do the God particles within all that you are come to life, dear lighted ones, as we speak the words that we speak? Offering you your infinite and eternal God self to come to life in every moment through all things, in all ways. Numbers, nature, children, family, humans, light ships, clouds, stars, sun, moon, birds. For God is in all things, as are you. And there is a symbolic story, a song and a dance, awakening you to new depths of you. And how may you create in this knowing? And thank you, Tracy from Skype. What a beautiful question. Thank you for threading us with the beautiful symbologies of numbers. And I love number vibrations. I love all vibrations. I get excited about everything to do with energy and God. And I'm threading through some very profound energies from the etheric chambers. And there's so much excitement in that we're sensing from many of you that are awakening to deeper symbolisms. Whether it be your sleep, I'll give you another symbolism that occurred. Anybody wants to get their questions in. Thank you, Tracy, for that beautiful question. And how symbologies can be so very healing and can allow you to be at calm and at peace. Because what we're moving into, as we've said before, is this unknown territory, this unknown threshold. And for many, it can be that state of unknown, because not only is every relationship in our current life changing and shifting, and we all can see it and feel it and sense it in every way. We can sense our skills changing and shifting, and our needs and our desires shifting every moment, as well as everybody that we're encircled with and entangled with. But this new vibratory threshold that we're all sensing in these offerings that are coming from creation and from the heavenly councils and from the heavenly offerings of all that is, we sense something coming. We sense this unknown, if you will. But we can change and create perspective on excitement with it. And it's threaded through, most often than not, through our dreams. Because our dreams is when we can put the ego mind, that chatter that goes on all the time, and we can put that to rest. And this is why meditation and stillness and silence is so very important, because we can train the ego aspect mind to soften and quiet and create soft, gentle focus and drop to the divine sacred heart, and create a more quantum conversation, which is always through the divine sacred heart. That's how you sense your quantum existence, is through the heart. And create that fluid communication and symbolisms that come through in that way. And why our dream times can be more lucid, in which we are, let me just tune into the chamber to see how I can word this so that it makes sense. Physical aspect of all that you are and the multidimensional aspect of all that you are come into play in one moment. And oftentimes the dreams are, dear lighted ones, in which you allow the vastness of all that you are to thread with the physical aspect of all that you are in your lucid state, which means that you're not quite asleep and you're not quite awake, but you're in that creator mode, in which that you can bring things to life in your physical reality through your dream time and your dreamscape, in the higher consciousness state of mind, if you will, in which it's purely creative, purely etheric and energetic. However, there are times in that lucid state which you understand that the body physical aspect of you is aware of it, the thoughts that are moving through you in that given moment. And that's the beauty of lucid dreaming, lucid creating. And so we hope that that has explained it. It's hard to explain, but I'll give you an example of what happened to me. I was dreaming. I was in my dream, but it was a lucid dream. I had laid down and I was at rest, but I was just physically awake enough to know that my hand was on my leg, and my other hand was on my other leg. And I was laying there perfectly still, but I was in a lucid sleep state, in which the higher self of me said, why am I feeling the palpitations and the acceleration in my heart, the ascension symptoms that we were going to talk about today, and why we're sensing and feeling our bodies in a different way, not only the refinements that our multidimensional systems are moving through to prepare us for and align us for these expanded and multidimensional communications that we're giving and receiving through symbolisms, through our etheric and energetic realities, through our physical realities. But the whole aspect of me understood that it was a lucid state of consciousness. I knew that I was in my house. I knew that I was laying down. I knew that I was in that quantum lucid state. And they're going to happen more and more often for more and more people. that are moving into this next quantum, this shift. And my higher self was telling my physical self, the one that was asking the question, because that's the part of me that wasn't understanding what was happening to my body, because I could feel the energetic shifts and the changes within my heart, the changes within my organs. I could feel as I often have talked about, my teams working on my body and my bodies, my energy fields, as I'm laying down, and they come and work on my physical fields and my mental fields and my etheric fields and electromagnetic fields. And so this was beautiful quantum conversation that was happening between a higher aspect of me and my physical self that was in that lucid state, to say, well, why is my heart speeding up that way and feeling the way it's feeling? And the higher self of me was saying, well, it's preparing for this next phase that you're entering. And there's certain adjustments that need to occur at the Divine Sacred Heart Center for this to occur. And there has to be that readiness, that preparedness, electromagnetically, because the heart is an electromagnetic quantum mechanism. It's a dynamic mechanism of wisdom and energy and creatorship that we're just beginning to tap into. There's so much potential within our divine heart, and that's where we live through. That's where God is. It's this quantum, this quantum holographic essence of creation right within us, the very center of us. And it was coming to life in a way that I'd never felt before. And so my physical self was saying, well, I know there's nothing to worry about, but this feels uniquely, awkward and odd. I've never felt this before. And so I can have these quantum conversations with the various aspects of me, so that I can put myself at ease and create that healing in that moment, just to let go and allow and surrender, which allows you to move into those expanded phases of what you're experiencing and what's coming and what's ready for you. And so that gives you an idea of how these quantum conversations and these meanings and these dialogues and these symbologies can be threaded in any way. And they're usually through, the most often ones that we talk about is because it's just what we're used to as a human collective, is through dreams. Our dream interpretation, if you will. But make no mistake about it, as we've talked about in this show and many other shows that we've talked about this beautiful, elegant topic of symbolism. Symbolism is in all things. However, they just appear to be more profound and more prominent in our dreams, because that's historically where the humanity has gone for those higher dimensional entanglements and understandings of who we are as a grander version of all that we know ourselves to be, and where we've figured ourselves out, if you will, and what things mean to us on this daily earthly reality that we play off and we entangle with and figure out in our dream time. Those are healings. Those are multidimensional healings that take place for us to move within an expanded state of awareness of who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us. And so symbolisms are so infinite and so profound. And if a number vibration or a nature element or a totem means something to you in one moment, allow it to be open as God is. Remember, the more open you are, the more God that you allow to live through you. That next moment, that symbolism will be different. And it should be, because you're different. You're seeing life and you're seeing creation through the eyes of a new you, through a new God aspect of you, because you've opened yourself up to live through your God self in a new expanded way. And why I just get so excited about symbolism. We can just go anywhere with symbolism, and it's just truly one of my most favorite topics that we bring forward in time and time again, and moment for moment now. And so thank you for those beautiful symbolisms. And another question here, Gavin, post a picture of a bird in chat with this comment. It is of a Eurasian golden oriole, which I saw one day on my walks in nature just before a Skype meeting with Joanna. It is the first time I ever seen this bird. I just wanted to share it with you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Gavin. Yes, my beautiful soul friend from, I think from Spain. Thank you, Gavin. And it was a beautiful bird. I remember seeing that bird, and I'm experiencing it with you. And so they're telling me your team is, the etheric chambers and your celestial teams are, they're playing with us now. And this is what quantum entanglement and symbolism allows us to do. We're in this quantum gift from God to allow us to entangle in a more expanded human way. And the etheric chambers are coming forward to say to you, Gavin, and to question to all those that are looking at the picture, allow yourself to soak within what is the first thing that stands out to you in this beautiful image. And each and every one of you will have a different quantum engagement, a quantum experience. And so thank you, Gavin. This is beautiful. They're saying that this is part of your excitement as well, is to be threaded in a human way that's more expanded and more delicious and more playful. Because it allows the human family to communicate and entangle and engage in a way that's quantum, as you are. But it takes you outside your everyday understanding of what you knew yourself to be and what you're threaded within. And of course, what is threaded within you. But they're saying that these colors and the imagery that this bird offers and gifts, quite organically gifts to you from Gaia, from God. And this is God speaking through the bird, if you will. And it's a very profound and lovely, playful entanglement. So thank you. And God is offering what strikes you within this bird to each and every one of you that are looking at this bird now, in future now moments. What is the essence? What is the harmonic resonance of this bird? What is the harmonic feeling and vibration of this color or the bird or the feathers or whatever it is that strikes you in your initial moment of that energetic communication that entangles? Because each and every one of you will feel something different. You will engage with that element in something new in a different way, whether it be through the sound that bird might make. Because many of you, like Joanna, come from multi-dimensional systems and star systems in which sounds and tones and clicks are brought forward through the ignition merely by imagery of how birds and how life sounds in other frequencies of creation, as well as reminding you of the beautiful song upon Gaia. Do you see how we're threading this, dear lighted ones? How one image inspired by one of your human family through a quantum communication and entanglement in sacred gathering can thread a whole new story of communication within the consciousness web of the all, within nature, within color, within sound, within harmonic vibration, and how the story may continue, dear lighted one. For the symbolism that it meant for that moment in that day creates a new symbolism story now, does it not? And how we may thread together as a grander human family in a way now, does it not? For we are each adding our own unique sharing, our own unique excitement and inspiration to thread with God in a new way, is it not? For we're adding to the etheric chamber of what we're experiencing and what we're co-creating in this moment, even though we're doing it remotely. We're not all in the same room, but we're the same human heart. We are the same human family. We are the same God child. We are the same essence of God. And one aspect of humanity may see the color of the tips of the wings. Another may hear the sounds that the bird may make. Another may see the beautiful way that the bird soars with its wings as it about to take a swoop and turn into a gust of wind or a breeze. One may think about the tree that that bird sits upon, thus then creating the entanglement quantumly of the trees and the sounds and the soil. One may come forward with a brand new imagining, a brand new symbolism, so that it may spark the imagination and the creative childlike play as we are doing in this very moment. Do you see? Do you feel? Do you hear and do you sense yourself in a new way, dear lighted ones? How a symbolic offering from one human to another human creates unity, creates oneness, creates the golden thread of creation to be shown through each and every one of us, through our hearts. For we are not so different, are we? We are not so alone, are we? We are not so separate from one another, regardless of religion, or global boundaries or walls that we may live behind or within. For we are one. And each of your symbolic treasures and how we sacredly share them with one another creates a new harmonic resonance within creation rippling forward to play as it drifts upon the harmonic vibrations and waves of God's blessing and breath. And I see quantumly threads, if you will, as far as the eye can see and the heart can feel. Quantum threads, every thread a different vibration with different information held upon it and within it, changing from this quantum entanglement that we are all engaged with at the heart level. And we can sit back and we can imagine this beautiful golden particle as we walk upon a beautiful forested path that's just in front of us, as if it's a golden orb that's just dropped out of the sky, leading us deeper and wider into the path. So transparent. We can see through it to the other side, but this golden orb is absolutely in front of us. And we just feel excited just to follow it, see what happens. And upon this path, you notice that your feet, you notice the skin and the hairs on your arm, and you notice your hair and your ears, and all that you are as a physical being interacting with the air, with the breath of the forest, with the sounds on the forest floor, with the essence of God that moves in all things, through you. And you follow this beautiful orb, and you hear, and you sense, and you smell, and you just know this magical ride is gifting you with symbols in every moment that you breathe, for even breath is a symbol. And you come to this beautiful clearing that this orb takes you to, like a dancing pixie in the elements of the forest, stirring at your feet, whispering new songs to come and play. And you're so happy you kick off your shoes and you walk along this beautiful path of golden grass into an opening in which you see a beautiful crystalline turquoise pond with a waterfall running off in the distance to the right, with rocks and rock consciousness speaking as it sings with the water, shifting and molding the edges of that rock, creating a new symbol, a new song, a new harmonic that echoes through the forest, through the grassy knoll. And you can see the butterflies and the insects and the birds and the trees and the blossoms whispering to one another as your feet move step by step, and your breath, inhale and exhale, and the cycles and the ebbs and the flows. Symbolisms coming and moving with the inhale and the exhale, with the gifting and the receiving, understanding that it's all you. And the butterflies, every droplet of water moving off the rock, shaping the rock into something new as you. The beautiful winds and the clouds and the sun offering you encodations of expanded light language for you to dance within and create anew. As you feel the light beams of every color moving through your vessel and new symbolisms appear before your eyes, and that golden orb appears to be a sacred geometry shape of a rainbow hue. So many colors you can't even count or decipher or know what they are. And you see this quantum creation happening through you, before you, under your feet, and the vibrations of your crown chakra and your third eye and your multidimensional sight and sound and your hearing, and your throat begins to open and clear, for there's excitement within your divine sacred heart center, and God offers you and invites you to sing along. For it was in the invitation where all majesty unfolds. And as all of your energetic centers spiral around the beautiful pillar of light that you are, and the golden orbs come out of every aspect of creation to play and dance, symbolisms are created through your song. As you open up your divine sacred heart, invite creation in and to live through you. For you understand and you know for the first time, dear lighted ones, that your note and your song is so very required in this symbolic dance of new human potentials. And the words that you offer, and the images and the pictures, and the gestures and the gifts, and your thought forms and your intentions are moving within this harmonic song and shift and change the all, so that it's reflected back upon you in a new moment of now. And how elegant this dance is. And so thank you, dear Sacred Soul Tribe, for bringing forward your images and your pictures and your symbols to dance and play and create anew. And in every moment, it's different. And if we had the same image posted in a different moment of now, it will be different. For those dancing and entangling will be different. So too are you. And how you can move about your life in the most expansive and loving way to invite life in, to invite God in, to invite your human family in, and understand the healing that takes place within those symbols, and the chakras that may be healed, or those memories that may be ignited, so that you just allow yourself to be that innocent child and play once again. And that's what all symbolisms allow us to experience. Even through the healings, they allow us to explore with innocence. They allow us to explore with complete gratitude and reverence for all of creation that is dancing through us. And nature is such a profound way that sings and dances with us in every moment. So be joyful upon the sands and soils of Gaia, for she hears you. She senses in you and she feels you in every moment, and the grids remember you. All is quantum and it's holographic, and you are remembered and you are felt and you are known in every way. Make no mistake about that. And as you see the bird, and as you see the symbolism, and as you see the numbers, and as you see the beautiful trees that offer a portal of light for you to dance through, so too are they seeing you. So too are they moving through you. So too are you offering the portal and offering the invitation to dance in a new quantum human way. And these conversations are so very exciting, dear lighted ones, for they send us upon a new ripple of potentiality. A new potentiality to be purely loving, come awake and alive in those moments in which you recognize yourself within it and it within you. And so thank you, how magical. What a beautiful divine dance. And symbolisms, as we've said in many of our shows, we've often thought in the initial idea and understanding of symbolisms is they've guided us and they've directed us and they've informed us and they've allowed us to play within the grander understanding of who we are within all things. Thinking that that symbolism is outside of you and having to understand it to have it make sense for the you that is all those things that are moving within you. But understand that it's not outside of you, it's you creating it for you to see, so that you understand what is truly inside of you. And that's the beautiful, ironic awe that we play within. That the symbolisms teach you about you. Symbolisms guide you and heal you with you. Symbolisms offer and invite you with you. And it's the beautiful gift that God offers moment for moment for moment. And I often, when I'm moving about my life, and if I'm going to getting a coffee, or I think it's random, I think it's, seemingly, if you will, however we want to downplay the vibration of any one moment. And it can't be, really. It can't, and no moment can be downplayed. It just can't. But we're just doing this as an example so that you may understand how profound life is, how moment for moment in awe you may live of you, of yourself, of creation, of God. And I could be randomly, if you will, walking through a coffee shop, and I could see something, or something catches out of the corner of my eye. Or it might be a color from the corner of a newspaper, or it might be a number, it might be the conversation that's had in the corner, and a word will make its way through my vibratory field. Or a song. Whatever it may be, the infinite number of symbolisms that can be moving through you in any one moment and offering itself in that invitation that you create for yourself. And then as I go about my day, just to play and invite that symbolism in, and I offer, and I say, well, I invite you in. What is this? Let's play. What is this grand meaning that we have with one another? Let's dance. I'm ready. Let's do this. And this is how we can move about life in any moment for moment for moment, and let go of the stress or whatever it may be that may appear to be challenging. It's another symbol, if you will. It's an invitation for you to go deeper within whatever's being shown, whatever's being offered, whatever's being reminded, whatever's being synchronistically gifted. It's a symbol for you to entangle and dance with you, to seek the awe, to seek the God, to seek the lesson, to seek the blessing, to seek the gift. And we can go on and on and on, because that's what symbolisms do. They invite us into the dance within the awe. Every moment is an awe-inspiring moment, if you so desire. And it can be seen in when you get mail, and a letter or a word might pop out. You are manifesting it at the higher version of all that you are, so that you may invite a moment of stillness and self-reflection on what that feels for you. What is being triggered? What is being reminded? What is being offered? What is being invited in? And it could be just a simple, elegant play with nature. It could be to remind you to laugh. And most often than not, that's what it is. And that's healing in and of itself. Because all of humanity is remembering how to create sacred play and oneness and unity, not only within one another, but within Gaia and her offerings and creation. An infinite number of ways. As I said, this conversation about this one topic goes on forever because it's infinite. It truly is infinite, as love is, as God is. But every moment you're offering yourself into a new invitation of awe. And why not walk about life in that way? Why not? Why not allow yourself to be awestruck? Because it's you. If you go to the mirror right now, dear lighted ones, anywhere you can see your reflection, and take this lovingly challenge with us. And you look at yourself as a reflection of all that you are. And in this moment, and you'll change every moment here thereafter. And something within this reflection shows you something, symbolically. The glitter in your eye, a twinkle, a smile. Ears, hair, face, chin. And it will ignite a memory. Will it not? Whatever you're looking, whatever catches your notice, catches your attention and your heart, notice it. Bring it to a stillness, bring it to a peace. Create a soft and gentle focus to your heart. And that symbolism comes forward for you to say, I invite you to love me in all that I am and all that I'm showing you. And there will be so many moments, for I've done much healing, dear lighted ones, and I'm honest, that I will allow the first thing that comes to the notice and to my attention would be what I see as wrong, or what I see as out of place, or what I see as not quite perfect, or whatever it is that I may see because of my limitations and my beliefs, my perspectives about the lack of, and all that I've seen myself to be. I've experienced it all. And those moments that come forward, and this is how you truly self-love and self-heal, and we teach it to our children. Teach it to all of creation as you open up and offer self-love to you and you invite that symbolism in. That symbolism is showing you that regardless of what you initially might perceive, or appear, remember. It's only on that outside that it appears that way, because that's that belief you're illuminating into a deeper state of love, into a deeper state of quantum allness. That destined path that is you to love. Whatever it is that's piquing its attention and inviting you in to take a look at, to go within and heal and love. Your reflection changes every moment, but something new will come to focus, to center, to surface, so that you may bring it in and love and heal and say, oh my dear lighted one, when I see the reflection of all that I am, and I remember a time in which I found every flaw, every wrinkle, every one thing that I thought was out of place, I now celebrate. For you're inviting me to celebrate the all that I am in all of my awe. And it's rarely done. But in this moment of now, I truly desire to be one with creation in this awe moment. And so I love what I see. I love the symbolism that shines back at me. For in this moment in which my heart is open to creation and Mother, Father, God are with me, I step forward in the unknown with excitement and joy, and with the skin and the bones and the essence and the awe that I am. For I know with all my heart that I am guided, I am threaded in every way with such divine majesty, and how could I not be anything less? And how all symbolisms are so divinely awe-inspiring, and how they can heal us at the very depths of all that we are. For we are threaded in every way, however we may appear ourselves to be imperfect, or not fit, or alone or secluded. Those are the very symbols that allow you to seek the awe and the love and the grandeur and the perfection of you. You see these symbolisms of God, dear lighted ones, and how you may dance within it, and how you may bring and invite yourself forward to play in such electric ways that change the all that is, that allow you to open up your divine sacred heart and allow that illumination of your Christ itself to come forward and arise to new threadings of potentiality for our entire human family to then jump off of and thread within. And how each time we gather in this way, each time we allow our thoughts and our symbolisms and our sacred stories to be shared, we do create the new human story that threads new light fields that we all dance upon. And for that, dear lighted ones, I am truly grateful for each and every one of you that allow yourselves to dance with us week after week and create these quantum conversations that heal us so very deeply, for there's God within every moment of it. And we open our hearts to you so that the divine and all that we are may entangle and thread our way with our dear human family. For you are so very worthy of this elegant dance. And in any moment that you can, get out and play with Gaia. She's so profound. And her loving, beautiful essence threads with us. And I'm going to post something on Facebook that Ashtar from the Galactic Federation gave me a bit of a beautiful musing. So actually, maybe I might record it and put it on our website as an audio, because I'll probably go into a channeled etheric chamber moment with Ashtar's offering. And it was about allowing us to surrender into this open moment. And it allows us to see the multidimensional threads of all of creation that we exist upon. And so I threaded it in some way in this conversation today, but I'll put it in another channeling from Ashtar from the Galactic Federation, because I had a beautiful lightship experience that I wanted to share with you, but we've kind of run out of time, so maybe I might put that in that channeled audio as well. So for those who want to dance with us after our Sacred Tempo class today, after today's radio show, and universalunity.ca on the Sacred Temple Teachings page, and then join our monthly prayer group for those who so desire. And I'm sending you beautiful well wishes and much love to each and every one of you. And thank you so much for tuning in and dancing this dance with us, my dear human family. Thank you so much. And tune in every week as we explore new dynamic potentialities for the ascending human in these new dynamic human thresholds. So thank you, dear lighted ones. And just to remind you that we've got all 3 of our books on Amazon, and we're just finishing up our 3rd book in its 3rd edition. That's book number 1 in our 3rd edition. And so most of some of these elegant, beautiful stories, I've threaded as many as I could in all of my books. And it truly is an elegant dance. So feel free to make your way to any of our books and bring any questions that you have brought forward, or any symbolisms that you dance with in your everyday life. Take note of it and journal them, because you'll find the profound story of you within it all. And it's a beautiful healing. So thank you once again. Thank you, dear lighted ones, and tune in with us next week as we send off a beautiful namaste and a beautiful love light healing to you all. Thank you.
You've been listening to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness with Joanna L. Ross. Live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. To explore, empower, understand, inspire, and further connect with this higher state of consciousness, please visit universalunity.ca. For more information on the host, Joanna L. Ross, please visit her KCOR Digital Radio Network show page, Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network. Broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51. Wait, that doesn't exist. This is the KCOR Digital Radio Network. Now for the news.